So have we. It's been a great year, a second year for the Triumphs, and there for the last race of 2008. Josh Wainwright on pole position, Lance Carey really up for this, and Mark Cheetham, as long as he can get his eyes pointing the right way, third on the green. Tom Fisher on the Church Wolf Garage machine once again. There we see Andy Shim. Andy on the first response finance bike further back on the grid, and away they go for the last time this year into Cobb's Corner pile. And wonderful start there by Tim Venables, chasing hard. I think he's up to second place. Oh, and already there's a bike down now. Well, that's Nick Blockley. He was 15th in the earlier race, but only got as far as the first corner in this one. Up the front, though, it is Mark Cheetham that leads from Tim Venables and Tom Fisher. And there we see our two new champions, Mark just squeezing ahead of Jack Sim. So it's Michelin Young Gunners winner just ahead of the TTG Cup Championship winner there. There's the two of them. Ooh, and Jack Sim trying to come back as they come down from the bridge into Brooklands. Then he tries up the inside, and that time it works. So Jack Sim up behind Tom Fisher now. Tom Fisher behind Tim Venables. Oh, but Jack Sim, he's on a bit of a champion's charge now, but he was horribly wide there, and it puts him offline for the second element of Luffield, and well, they come down into the chicane. Remember, Mark Cheetham still up the front. There's Tim Venables in second place. Tom Fisher, look at Jackson now. He's almost taken out the pack, but luckily misses everybody. Comes in just alongside Scott Rowbottom. Oh, Jack. It all went wrong there for a dilly moment, but up the front, still Cheetham from Venables. Jackson once again taking a different line this time through Cobb's Corner. That comes to naught. All a bit wild and woolly at the moment there. Mark Kringle, the Michelin Young Guns champion on 37, and Tom Fisher there chasing hard after Tim Venables. So Tim and Tom and Mark Kringle, the three leading Michelin Young Guns as far as this race is concerned at the moment, but it's one of the older riders, TTG Cup runner Mark Cheetham, who leads this. And look there, just behind those three young guns is John Simpson. John is also one of the young guns in this, won the earlier race, remember, and after not perhaps the best of starts, he's made his way right up onto the tail of that little gang of three, and first rides in the Track Triple Challenge, and he's certainly made an enormous impact so far. That little group as well, just towing themselves back into touch with the leader. Mark Cheetham was well away with this over the first couple of laps, and they've now really pegged him back and got him in sight. Scott Rowbottom there, just moving up a place as they dive into the club chicane. So Scott getting up ahead of John Simpson, and not too far behind them, Josh Wainwright, who, whatever happens, he wants to stay on board and finish this one after his sad outing earlier on, bidding while in the lead. So Cheetham still up the front, but look at Tom Fisher. Well, I've been saying a number of times that he's one of the more improved riders over the season, and look at this, he's really eaten up that gap back to Cheetham and closing him down as they run onto the international section of this circuit. It is called the international circuit, but this is the section that runs from Beckett's to Abbey, which extends the track from being the national circuit. And Tom Fisher, this is a fantastic performance, and he's up into the lead, and look at that, having gone past Mark Cheetham, he's now back Mark Cheetham right up towards the pack, and Tim Venables is now on Mark's case as well. Keep your eye on Tim, he's got the yellow crash helmet on there in third place. Easy to pick him out, but what a wonderful performance so far. And there, Mark Kringle just moving up into third ahead of Tim Venables as they all chase hard after the leader, Tom Fisher. Now Mark Kringle still in the wheel tracks of Tom Fisher up the front. There's Mark Cheetham just ahead of Scott Rowbottom. Scott really putting the pressure on now. Tim Venables tucked in behind Scotty. And there we see TTG Cup champion Jack Sim. He's at the back of that battle, but it is still an excellent lead at the moment from Tom Fisher, dragging through Copse Corner, up that slight rise towards Maggots and then down towards Beckett's. And there, well, Mark Kringle trying to get in touch, and still Tom Fisher just repelling borders there, keeping him back. But the two of them look slight breakaway. Kringle is on a charge and he really fancies a piece of this, and I think he knows that he should have the beating of Tom Fisher. You can see he fancies got the speed everywhere, and look at that, just gently up the inside as they run down towards Abbey and up towards the bridge. So beautifully done. Mark Kringle takes the lead. Tom Fisher tucks in behind him. Still the two of them with that little bit of advantage back to the pack as they run down through Brooklands and into Luffield. A couple of slower riders to deal with, and that's going to mean those behind probably will have the chance to close in on them. And sure enough, there they are. It's not that far back, is it? And Scott Rowbottom has managed to squeeze by up into third place, so he is carrying the charge to the two leaders at the moment as they come into this really tight club chicane. And look at Scott Rowbottom. That gap has just simply dissolved, and he's absolutely flat on it as they're onto the start-finish straight once again. So Kringle, Fisher, Rowbottom and Scott. Well, I thought he was going to give it the big one there, but just backed out of that. Mark Cheetham in the middle of that chasing group behind, but there's Mark Kringle. He's, as far as he's concerned, head down and gone at the moment. Oh, but look at this. Our three leaders absolutely as close as you like as they run down lefts, the rights. Those are the very challenging twisty bits that lead onto this newest of the piece of circuit, really, at Silverstone, down towards Abbey. And Scott Rowbottom, well, now then. Oh, goodness, what on Strictly come diving. What on earth was all that about? Well, red flags out. I can tell you what it was about. There's drops of rain falling. You can see them on the lens there, and it's just on that side of the circuit at the moment. And 1, 2, 3, down they go. Absolutely skittled. Good to see them all get up and walk away from that. So that left us with Mark Cheetham taking the win from Danny Inberg. Tim Venables was third, John Simpson fourth, Josh Wainwright fifth, and Jack Sim in sixth place.